Alright, what's up, YouTube? It is Aisha here, and let me take my glasses off. Boy, do I have a story for you guys. Okay, so, sorry I haven't updated in a while, but honestly, I've been really busy. School, I'm almost done. Blah. May 14th, or 15th is when I graduate, and so that'll be nice. But I only have one more month left, and we're moving to, well, maybe I shouldn't tell people on the internet where I'm going to live, but we're moving to another state. So, anyway, okay, so let me tell you guys what happened. So, right now, currently, I'm 16, what is it, Wednesday? 16 weeks and 1 day. So, yeah, right? Like, I think my last update was like 9 weeks or something, so quite a while. And, okay, so let me tell you guys what happened. So, last week, I was 15 weeks, and I was getting kind of pain in my abdomen, hip area, lower abdomen. I was thinking, oh, cool, this is round ligament pain. This just must be my uterus growing, but it hurt, and I was like, wow. That my uterus must be growing a lot, So I didn't think anything of it. I just got a hot pad, and I sat on the bed or whatever, and then it went away. It was there a whole weekend, but it went away. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But my stomach was really like, it was getting really big, and I thought, wow, I'm only like 15 weeks pregnant. Look how round I am. I've got this cute round belly. Well, last Sunday, Sunday night, I went, me and my husband, we're gonna go to school on Monday, so we're like, okay, we go to bed, and I wake up about 4 o'clock in the morning, and I just have this terrible pain in my abdomen, and I'm thinking, maybe a little too much information, but I thought I had gas, or I had to poop or something. Pregnant ladies, they get constipated. So I thought, oh. So I went to the bathroom. I sat in the bathroom for 30 minutes. Nothing came out. And I was like, that's weird. But it still hurt really bad. And I was like, wow, my uterus is growing. So I go back. I make my way to the bed, and I'm just laying there. And I just start crying because it hurts so bad. And I'm like, should I wake my husband up? You don't want to wake someone up. You don't wake people up at 5 o'clock in the morning unless it really is an emergency. So I woke him up, and I'm like, Mike, this hurts so bad. I don't know if I can stand it. And, so I'm sitting here doubled over in pain, and we don't know what to do. So he calls his mom, and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning by now. She says she needs to go to the hospital. So I'm like, I don't need to go to the hospital. I'm fine. I don't want to go to the hospital, because growing up, we didn't go to the hospital for things. We just, tough through them or whatever. So we go to the hospital, terrible hospital. Yeah, I live in a small town, so it's not the best of care, but, they, 3 different doctors. I went there, got an ultrasound, and they were like, oh, okay, and they were like, oh, maybe you have to pee. They gave me an ultrasound, and I said, you have to pee. And I said, no, I don't think I have to pee. I just peed. And they were like, you really should pee. And I was like, well, I don't have to pee. And they were like, your bladder is huge. You have to pee. We can look at an ultrasound. And I said, well, okay. But I was like, I don't have to pee. So they gave me an IV, which hurt, because I had a student nurse. And, I'm like, I don't have to pee. And so, we end up sitting there till about 9, and the pain kind of goes away. So we're sitting there. We're about to go home. And the lady's like, let me check your cervix. Let me make sure, could have been the baby growing. We don't know what was wrong, but let me check your cervix. So she's like, it's fine. And, she was like, well, maybe you have appendicitis. And I said, well, I don't know. What are you asking me for? I'm not a doctor, right? So we're sitting there, and we're about to leave. We're about to get discharged. We're sitting in the room waiting for the nurses to come back so I can leave. And it just, this pain just comes back full force. She said, out of a 1 to a 10, what's the pain? It was a 10. It hurt so bad. Seriously, I don't want to gross you guys out, but it hurt so bad I was literally vomiting. I started throwing up everywhere. And I was throwing up I was just like, blah, blah, because it hurt so bad. Like, I was in that much pain. And they were like, do you want Tylenol? And I was like, no, I don't want any damn Tylenol. So, so they're like, well, we can give you morphine, but we really don't want to give you morphine. And I'm like, seriously. So I said, okay, we're going to give you an ultrasound. But I couldn't lay flat. Because it hurt so bad. Like, I was rolling on the table screaming. I was telling this lady I can't lay flat. It hurts too bad. And she said, oh, your bladder's big. Go use the bathroom. And I was like, lady, I don't need to go to the bathroom. So I go in the bathroom. I'm literally on my knees in the bathroom thinking, God, anyone, help me right now. It hurts so bad. It was just a pain that was relentless. It wasn't like a pain that kind of came and went and you're like, okay, that hurt. And then it came back again. No, it was just full force, 10 all the way. Hurt so bad. So I, get the ultrasound. They finally give me morphine. They give me like that much morphine. Get the morphine, get the test. The lady's like, I have to go get a doctor. And I'm like, what's wrong? She said, I can't tell you. And I'm like, why can't you tell me? So, long story short, let me cut all this other stuff out. It turns out that I've got a 15-inch ovarian cyst growing on my ovary. And it's 15 inches long. So I can't even show you in the screen. 15 inches long, 12 inches wide. And bigger than a sheet of paper. And this thing is gigantic. It is, it's huge. And it's getting bigger. And the hospital here won't operate because they're afraid it's cancer. And so they're like, we can't touch it. Like I said, I live in a small town. I don't live in Denver or anything. So I have to get rushed from Alamosa to Colorado Springs, which is a 3-hour drive. And it was either helicopter or they were going to have to drive. But in Alamosa, we live in the mountains and it's really windy. So they couldn't helicopter me. So I had to get in an ambulance. I get strapped down in an ambulance and get driven 3 hours to Colorado Springs, right? And so, my sister's there, my husband's there. We call my parents. My parents are freaking out because they live in Denver. And, so it's like this whole big thing. And, I'm in pain. And so, the hospital, on the way there, I got a lot of morphine. And so I was kind of, the ride didn't really seem like it took 3 hours. I'll just say that. So I get there, and my family's at the hospital when we get there, and they're like freaking out because it's like, I could die. Like, either I could die or the baby could die. Someone could die because it's that huge. And so we get to the hospital and they're like, we need to take this out today. Like, we can't wait till tomorrow because it, like, the pain, like the morphine wear off and then the pain would just come back and it would just be, just terrible, terrible pain. And so, I go through surgery and, everything is fine. And basically what they give me is I basically got a C-section, but I didn't get a baby. I just got gnarly pain and scar out of it. But it ended up, the cyst was wrapped around, my fallopian tube was wrapped around it 3 times. And so if you can imagine this huge cyst with my tube just getting wrapped around. And as soon as I took it out, it ruptured. So I could have died, like, on that day. So, on that Monday. So, I ended up in the hospital for a whole week. And, everybody's freaking out because it's like, she could have died. Is the baby okay? That was our main concern because I didn't want the baby to die. So turns out, long story short, that when I first got pregnant, or I first tried to get pregnant, the little cyst formed and it was supposed to implode on itself, but it didn't. It just kept getting bigger. Then my other tube dropped an egg, and that's how I got this baby. So, I only have 1 tube now, so, we need to make a group for us 1-tubed ladies. But it's a good tube because that's where the baby came out of. But it's my lucky tube. But yeah, so that's what happened. So, that was about a week ago. And so I went back to school, and, everything is fine now. But I got to see the baby. We couldn't see what it was because the baby was not cooperating. And we've learned really quick that this baby does not like Dopplers. Last time we tried to read the heartbeat, the whole time in the hospital, they could barely find the heartbeat because you could hear the only thing they can hear is the baby moving away from the Doppler. And last time we got it, the baby kicked the Doppler. And so you hear this loud whooshing sound. The doctor was like, oh, your baby just kicked the Doppler. So, you know, the baby doesn't really like Dopplers. And then we seen the baby in the hospital, and the baby, it was from the side, and he had his hands down, and his butt was in the air, and he was pushing his butt in the air, and he turned around and he was kicking. Like, this kid is like intense, like, so, you know, I can't wait to when it comes out and it's running around everywhere. So, you know, I know I say that now, but, you know, so the baby's fine. The baby's completely fine. But now that, you know, I'm on a ton of pain medication and stool softeners and, you know, all of this crap. And so, but they got the cyst out. Everything is fine. The baby's fine, actually. But because I had the surgery down there, I'm more sensitive I can feel the baby's move. I'm more sensitive to the baby moving than I was because it's closer now to yada yada. I don't know. So, you know, first off, totally winning. I told the doctors I didn't have to pee, so there's that. But I do have these cute little pictures, and there's this cute one that, let me see if I can find it. Oh, the doctor took this cute one of the baby waving. That one is really cute. And then there's this other one. I love this one because it looks like the little sacs in the shape of a heart. So, yeah, like, the baby's doing just fine, you know. But, like, that just, you know, like, seriously shows, like, how quickly, you know, things could be complicated, you know. And it was really scary. So, you know, I'm never going to take this baby for granted. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, yeah, I only tried once. You know, like, we were just like, okay, you know, if we just have sex every day, we could get pregnant. And that's what we did. And then, you know, here we go. But, you know, oh, let me show you my stomach now. It looks nothing, like you have nothing to go off of, but it was really round, but you can see it now. So you can see, so as you can see, let me get this chair. There's like kind of a tummy. It's not like, you know, the biggest tummy ever. You know, and then my scar is down here, where there's a bunch of band-aids and stuff. You can't see it, but they were like really concerned with not cutting my tattoo, and I was like, lady, I don't really care. Like, I'm about to die. Just do whatever you want. So yeah, but everything is cool now. But that's what's been happening. So update. But yeah, the weirdest craving I've had so far is gumballs. Like, seriously, these are $1 at Walgreens. They're like Easter gumballs, but I've never wanted gumballs so bad in my entire life. So, yeah, like, seriously, get on gumballs. Those are cool. But I've been feeling really sick. Like, I feel like I don't want to eat anything. You know? Like, I feel like, I don't know, like, kind of like morning sick, but I don't know. They say you don't really get morning sick in your second trimester, so my doctor gave me B6 vitamins, so we'll see if those work. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna check everyone. Like, you should definitely update me on everyone's pregnancy. Sorry, my hair is all messed up. I was sleeping on the couch and I was like, oh, I'm so bored. So anyway, let me see if I can fix it. Anyway, my hair's all crooked. Anyway, sorry. But definitely update me on your stuff. I definitely want to know what's going on. And yeah, so definitely gonna update you guys. I'm gonna have some video, hopefully. My baby shower, no, on the 27th we are finding out if it's a boy or girl, hopefully, and that would be, maybe I'll take some video of that. And then my baby shower is coming up on the 30th, because we are graduating on the 14th and we're moving out of state, and all my family lives here. And so, you know, moving out of state, and I'm not going to come all the way back for a baby shower, and then I don't want everyone to come up to, you know, this other state for a baby shower. So we're just going to have it before we leave. So early baby shower for me. Awesome. But I'll definitely try to, you know, update you guys on all the stuff that we get, and hopefully, I don't know, hopefully it works out, because, I don't know, it's going to be really fun, but everyone's going to be like, oh, you okay? But I don't know. So crazy. I literally, it was 5 pounds, by the way. The cyst was 5 pounds, so I'm 5 pounds later. But awesome. So thank you so much for listening, and I will try to update next week, or in the week after that, with what the baby is. Thanks.